Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Here we're going to get to talk about a state that we normally don't get to do a lot of talking about, but they're kind of beginning to teeter there on the precipice of going the same way as New Mexico and Colorado have gone lately. And I'm talking about the state of Nevada. It appears that the Nevada state legislature is working overtime, working feverishly to disarm otherwise lawful and responsible Nevada residents. But it appears that at least the governor is willing to fight like holy hell to preserve your constitutional rights. We're going to go through a massive piece of legislation which just got vetoed by the governor. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about gun control gets a big fat veto in Nevada. Okay, America, the lesson to be learned from what we're going to talk about today is that even if your state legislature is hell-bent on civilian disarmament, which appears to be the mode now down in the state of Nevada, if you have the right governor, the power of the pen, the power of the veto can in fact save the day. We're talking about Nevada Assembly Bill 245, a bill which has passed out of both chambers almost exclusively on party lines, the only aberrations being a couple of weak-kneed Republicans who didn't want any piece of it. This is a bill that, had it been enacted into law, would have banned the sale of any semi-automatic rifle or shotgun to anyone in that horrible age of purgatory, 18, 19, or 20 years old. It also would have prohibited the possession of any of those firearms, even by individuals using them for hunting with valid hunting licenses. And if you were of majority age and you assisted in allowing someone underage to possess one of these firearms, you were looking at felony charges and actual significant jail time. Oh, and by the way, this is actually not the Nevada state legislature's first attempt at trying to disarm young people. No, just a couple of years ago, they had also pushed forward Assembly Bill 355, a bill which the governor had also vetoed. The governor, when choosing to veto this bill, issued a well-worded statement, which we're going to share with you. And to my friends here in the hometown crowd in Washington State, Oregon, California, some of the other places that we routinely cover, I just want you all to know you're all going to get green with Governor Envy here, because this is how a real governor stands up for the inalienable rights of its citizens. Governor Lombardo, when vetoing Assembly Bill 245, wrote the following. Dear Speaker Yeager, I am forwarding to you, for filing within the time limit set forth in the Nevada Constitution and without my approval, Assembly Bill 245. Last session, I vetoed Assembly Bill 355, which was strikingly similar to this bill. In some ways, this bill goes even further than last session's bill by also making it a Category B felony to sell or barter a firearm to a person under the age of 21. Additionally, this bill is facially overbroad because, among other reasons, it would prohibit the most commonly possessed firearm for waterfowl hunting, semi-automatic shotguns, from use by young people who enjoy a much safer and easier shooting experience when they use a semi-automatic weapon. And then, and you gotta love a governor who likes to read the advance sheets and bone up on the case law, Governor Lombardo concludes, finally, the United States Supreme Court precedent on which my previous veto message was based has not been disturbed. As stated 2 years ago, were this bill to become law, it is unlikely it would pass constitutional muster. For these reasons, I veto this bill and return it without my signature or approval. Respectfully submitted, Joe Lombardo, Governor of Nevada. Okay, now listen, this whole age restriction thing on these young people that are stuck in legal purgatory, 18, 19, and 20 years old, we have circuits falling all over the board on this issue now. There is clear circuit splits. This is an issue that is a long way from having a consensus on it. And with the right vehicle, and with a Supreme Court that was willing to do this, this is a case that needs to be heard by the United States Supreme Court, and we do need to have a clearly delineated rule that applies to everybody in that age group nationwide. It would seem rather counterintuitive, though, to allow people to join the military, to be equipped with the most modern weaponry known to man, to die for our freedoms on foreign soil or on domestic soil, and yet tell them that as a citizen, you're not entitled to preserve your own life. Okay, once again, it was Assembly Bill 245. It now goes to the trash bin of history where it belongs. Kudos to Governor Joe Lombardo of the great state of Nevada. Well done. Listen, we'll go ahead and link up the bill as well as the governor's statement down below so that you can geek out on it for yourself. You don't have to take our word for it. If you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, you click on that link right there and you tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to the monthly newsletter, the ability to do that is down there in the description box. And finally, and most importantly, America, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we preach all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.